memories. Welcome to Home Truths. This is our brand new audio and video podcast that is brought to you by Simple Life Homes. This podcast goes behind the scenes into all things home, and I'm talking the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I'm Alex, and I am looking to flee the nest. I want to move home, but I am a total novice when it comes to this type of stuff. So this is where my gorgeous Nav comes in handy.
And I've not only been a homeowner, I'm also a landlord, and I've worked in the property industry for over 15 years. So I'm here to help Alex and to help all of you as you all navigate this process of leaving home.
Nav, I can't wait for today's episode. But before we get into it, please remember to like, subscribe, give us a follow at Simple Life Homes. And if you're feeling extra kind, please leave us a review. So Nav, how's home life been treating you? Fill me in. What have you been up to?
So I've been on holiday. I've just come back from holiday, so I'm feeling I've got the tan. The tan's glowing.
You're glowing.
Feel like the tan is glowing. I mean, I've been back in the UK 3 days and I'm already feeling vitamin D deficient, but we shall survive.
I know, you always want to book another holiday as soon as you go.
Straight afterwards. But I have a question for you, Alex, because I've been thinking about this a lot. So when you come off holiday and you've got your suitcase, just like full of all your clothes and washing, do you wash it straight away? Or do you leave it for a few days till you can mentally tackle it? What's the thing we're meant to be doing here?
Well, it's interesting you asked that question because I also have just been on holiday and mine has still been sat in a spare room. There's a Monica cupboard on Friends, there's a Monica room in our house, and I suppose I have the added advantage that my mum's a control freak and wants to do the washing. So what's left in my suitcase now is just clean clothes that need to be put away.
Okay, so that's good.
So we've got some movement, but with the dirty clothes, I do like them to not fester in the suitcase. They need to be cleaned ASAP. Or we went on holiday to an apartment and there was a washing machine where we could wash and go.
You can't be doing jobs on holiday.
No, I didn't. My mum was doing that.
Yeah. Your mum can do jobs on holiday.
She loves doing that, and she's like, I'm too hot, I need to go upstairs and do something, do all our washing. So we all came back with suitcases, including my sister, her husband. All the clothes are washed, so we just had to put them away. I love this. Yeah.
See, I'm lucky that I live with somebody who takes care of all this for me.
Yeah.
However, I think putting laundry on at 2:00 in the morning after a flight,
yeah, oh god,
little bit freaky. Yeah. Can't be done with that. But the other thing is, I brought loads of new clothes for holiday.
Yeah, always do that.
And now I've realised there's nowhere to put it, because my wardrobe's already full. So I can't really take out the winter stuff to put the summer stuff in. So now I think it's going to have to go in the loft.
In the same suitcase. Yeah, literally.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Just leave it all in
Ready
there.
for next summer, for the next glimmer of
literally,
sunshine.
Still have a little bit of a scent of wherever you've been on holiday. That could be a good solution to your problem.
That's what you're a fixer. Do you know that?
I know I am.
Fixing my life problems.
Angel Alex.
Angel Alex.
So you might be thinking why we've got some ears on that we didn't have last episode. Why have we got them on now?
It's Halloween.
It's spooky season. And speaking of spooky season, does anybody experience what we call the Sunday scaries?
Oh, it's Sunday 4:00. I go into a major depression.
Yeah. Well, you're in for a treat because that's what today's episode is all about. It's that working from home, work-life balance. We're going to cover it all today.
Let's go.
So Nav, you're in the hot seat this week and we've got another game to play of Home Truths.
Let's do it.
So this is where I'm going to read out some statements and Nav is going to guess whether they're true or false. So the first one is, people working from home actually spend more money on coffee than office workers.
Oh, okay, I'm going to go true on the basis that when you're in the office it's a bit tight if they're not giving you coffee.
Okay. So you're going to lock in...
True.
True.
Yeah, true.
That was a very positive, not positive, a firm true. Okay, so true for the first one. The next one is, in the UK, you can claim tax relief for extra heating, electricity, and even toilet roll if you work from home.
Oh, I was going to go true until you said toilet roll, and toilet roll kind of pushed it a little bit too far. I'm going to go false. Unless you're self-employed, in which case it should be true.
Okay, so you're going to...
Oh, well, I'm going to sit on the fence here.
Oh, no, we don't like sitting on the fence, do we? That's my job.
Okay, let's go with false.
Okay, and then last one. Studies found that remote workers are more likely to splurge on home gadgets and upgrades.
100% true.
I think so too.
1,000,000%. I'm a pain for doing it.
Well, stick around to the end, guys, and you will find out. And you will also find out, Nav, if I won last time and got more than you, or you win this time.
Did you win last time?
Well, yes.
Okay.
Well, it was only me playing the game, so I won. Yeah, but
well, yes.
I got 2 out of 3 last time, so you need to get 2 out of 3 or more. But
I think I've got 3 out of 3. We shall find out.
Yeah, you will find out. Right, so today, Nab, we're talking all about working from home, and I think this is quite a big thing, especially since the C word that we won't mention just because we don't want to upset anyone. But I didn't work from home until C word.
Can we just clarify that the C word is actually COVID? because there's going to be lots of C words.
I thought everyone called it the C word.
I mean, there's lots of C words, Alex.
Okay, well.
Because there are that many different C words, Alex. I'm wondering, we haven't put a PG rating on this.
Well, Nav's got a potty mouth. So my C word is COVID. I don't know what Nav's is, but the C word when I refer to it today, guys, is COVID. Yeah. So since COVID, that's when I started working from home. So I'm just interested to see what your thoughts are on this kind of big dynamic shift in how we work.
So I started working from home before COVID.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Which is very different.
Was that allowed?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was allowed back then.
Yeah.
So I started working from home before COVID.
Yeah.
And then during COVID, I felt like it was more intense to work from home because before I was the only person ever working from home. So I had the space to myself. I was almost entirely remote. So I already learned to make conversation, phone your colleagues more often and build that relationship.
You'd already adapted.
I'd already adapted.
Yeah.
And then working from home during COVID, because everyone is working from home, suddenly you got a full house.
Yeah.
And then your people you live with, your partners, your family, suddenly become your colleagues. And that's a different kettle of fish because it's one thing being at home and being on your own work from home. It's the next thing when your mum thinks that the fact that you're at home
means you're not working.
basically means that you're available at her beck and call the entire time. That's when it becomes a problem.
And I think that's what I found difficult. So before COVID, we actually weren't allowed to work from home, even if we had. So in my jobs, you see so many patients a week and then you're essentially done as long as you've done your admin and things. But let's say I was done at a Friday at 2 and work, and then I just had notes to type up. If you had asked to go home, it was like you had asked, could they sell you their kidney or something like that? You weren't allowed to do it. It was quite micromanaged, I think, before, not just my company, but a lot of companies didn't trust people to go home and actually be productive. So I found it quite strange. As you said, you'd already adapted. For me, coming from working in an office where everything was there, you had your colleagues, to coming back and being on your own. And as you said, well, it wasn't just you on your own. Your brother was working from home, or your mum's now at home more. It was really a hard dynamic to work out. And that's the part I struggled with. When I was working from home, it was only really me and my brother. So my mum and dad would just waltz in the room and be like, do you want to do this? Or can I talk to you? And I'm I literally had to put signs on the door, do not enter, I'm having a confidential call. It was really difficult to find the role within the new role.
It was really weird because pre-COVID I was 100% remote. During COVID, definitely remote, totally remote. After COVID, I went to hybrid. And honestly, so I left the company I was with, went to a new company, and I much prefer it because I do 2 days in the office, 3 days at home. And that for me is now, I think COVID made being at home something I don't want to do full time anymore. Yeah. So 2 days gives me that breakup. And I think you need an environment change because I'm the type of person who can stay at home and not leave the house for 4 days. Yeah. COVID made me want to leave home more often.
Yeah. But I think for some people, they got so used to being inside the house and not wanting to go outside, or we literally weren't allowed to go outside, that then when things went back to normal, it was quite hard for people to get that confidence, I want to go out or I want to do things. You kind of became a shell of yourself for some people. I know for me, what I struggle with, I like you also the hybrid approach, is it can be quite isolating for people. So what's your thoughts on creating, targeting that isolation when you're working from home?
So I think it's really important to talk to your colleagues. Yeah. Often.
If you like them.
Or if you like them. Do you know what? Luckily, I love my colleagues. So we have I think building that bond and having that relationship is really important. But the big thing for me is knowing when work starts and when work finishes. Yeah. So before, when I used to work in offices, I could be working till 6, 7 o'clock and wouldn't go home till late. And I took that into my 100% remote world, to the point I never switched off. And I think because of the intensity of COVID, thereafter I had to learn a routine, which was I start work at whatever time it is. I will work solidly, but come cut off, my laptop goes into like one of those Ottoman storage cupboards, and I'm not looking at that laptop ever again until the next day or after the weekend. And I think you've got to learn that, because that balance blurs if you're not being able to separate. It's this weird thing. I sit in my lounge, at the back of my lounge is where my office desk is, and it's all set up, but I won't sit inside my office chair at the weekend when I'm not working.
But that's
Can't look
good.
at it, yeah.
But that's really good that you do that, because I know we touched on this in another episode about like well-being at home, but also like your brain picks up on associations. So that's why they say like don't sleep, like your bedroom should be for sleep. Don't do other things in there, because your brain will get really confused. Apart from that probably caveat you're thinking of. But that's what they actually say.
Everyone thought it, Alex.
But that's what they say. The room actually, if you want to go technical, should be for sleeping and intimacy. So people who eat in the bedroom or work, when you then go up to bed, like to go to sleep, your brain's like, well, should we be working? Should we be doing this? So it's the same with when you're working from home. If you're always like, when your brain's basically now going to associate home with work, if you're always sat where you're working, you're never going to switch off from that job or them emails. So that's actually really good that you do that. But I think a lot of people get sucked into not doing that, and I think it's a really just a simple change but a powerful change to just
it's weird
move away,
because I don't understand people who work from their sofas, and I know like friends, colleagues who do it. I don't get it, because my sofa is almost like my sacred relaxing place. And when I see people working, one, it's not good for your posture. Two, like you're slouching the whole day.
Cocooned.
I don't, and it almost infuriates me, because I'm like, what? How can you work on your sofa? I couldn't do it.
What do you think about like, say, working from home? Say if you have like a chill job, in the sense of like you're not always in meetings, so you don't have to be on the camera. What's like your work from home attire? Like when you're working from home, what do you wear?
I'm terrible.
I am. You one of them?
I am like, well, I get like, first things first, I get showered every single morning and get changed into like clothes. However, I would never dream walking into an office with joggers. I do with a hoodie, but joggers, and like, but when I'm working from home, I'm like, well, they can't see the bottom half of me. There I am, my joggers on.
You're not one of them who's like suits from the top and then the bottom is like joggers.
I think that's really interesting as well, because COVID started this whole dress down nature at work. Everyone could be more casual. It was more accepted. It's much more accepted, right? And I think that's come into the real world. But I think not only is it, you know, work from home balance, it's almost, I believe, the clothing you wear. Also, like if you dress for work, you feel like you're getting ready for work.
You feel more in the role.
And I've done it before where I've mixed my work clothes with my home clothes. And I'm like, oh, this doesn't feel... But yeah, I do wear hoodies at work.
But my job is same, like especially if I'm at home, I can wear what I want. But I'm like what you've just said there, that if, say, I am a pyjama girl, but if I was in my pyjamas doing work, I more want to be watching Netflix or chilling. I wouldn't go into work mode. So every day, whether it's obviously if it's in the office, I'm going to get changed appropriate anyway. But when I'm from home, I always make sure I put on a nice outfit, not as dressy as I would to go to the office, but a nice enough outfit where I feel, right, I can be productive in this, and I don't just want to lounge around.
And I think taking a break from the house when you work from home is really important. So I have a routine where I take Tilly, who's my cockapoo, my little dog. I take Tilly out for a walk in the morning, and there's a group of us who are almost like become each other's colleagues. So there's like 15
it's like the morning coffee meeting without...
Do you know what? We've bonded almost as like a group where we all sit there and we talk about our days ahead. We may whinge and whine a little bit about
everything. Who doesn't? We love a good whinge.
Then we all go off to like our homes to go and work. And then at the end of the day, about 5:30, we all
reconvene.
And on a Friday, we may be like nice little teenagers and all take drinks and drink in the park. Even though the park has a big sign which says no dogs off leads. Every dog is off a lead. No dogs off leads and no alcohol. We break
both them rules. But I think that's important, because especially if you're working from home, you might not have that like team unit around you. As you said, creating that pocket in your working day or before and after to create more, you know, social interaction can be really powerful. What do you think about, you know, you see online or you'll hear like colleagues confess it themselves, where like people are working from home but then like they're doing other things from home, like doing the ironing whilst they're in the Zoom meeting.
I don't think you can get away with doing your ironing, but there are
some people do, honestly.
Unbelievable.
No, but you hear about people do it all when their cameras come on and you can see them and you're literally dying inside.
Do you know what I think the problem is? And this is generally what I think the issue is. When you're working in the office and let's say you step away from your desk, You don't care about it. You close your laptop, you walk around the office, no one's going to bat an eyelid. When you're working from home, you fear Teams or Slack like showing you is not there. So
you feel pressure, I think,
feel
to
pressure
do more.
To not leave and do not allow it to turn off. And I always laugh because I'm like, I'll watch the people and I go, you've not been off the whole of lunch. And I was like,
always available.
Always available. But when I'm in the office, I don't care. And I think I've when I'm at home, will I empty a dishwasher? 100%.
Yeah.
Will I go and move a laundry, into the tumble dryer? Absolutely. Let's be real about it. You cannot sit behind your desk. And when we're in the office, I don't know what your office is like, but we've got a pool table.
Oh, that's
and it's quite trendy. Very cool. Very fintech. That's what you expect, right? So they all go play pool when you're at work, and it's really good for like collaboration. You've got to step away when you're at home. Yeah. It's just not normal.
Well, it's well-being, isn't it?
It's
really?
Well-being.
And
step
a lot
away.
Of teams are going more like that. We have well-being days like once a month in work, and the team really...
Once a month?
Yeah, I know. Can we have them more, please? But it's important when you can, creating that well-being. So like in the office, like on your lunch, you might pop outside and go on a walk. Sometimes, say when it's my lunch at home, I'll be like, can I leave the house? And it's like, you have to remind yourself, like,
I'm allowed.
You've probably done more, because I find I'm more productive at home than in the office, especially when it comes to admin, because if 100%. I'm just sat in my therapy room and can just hear tick, tock, I'm like, oh my God. But if I'm at home, like, I'm just in my own comfort, so I'm more likely to be like, let's get this done. But I do think that people feel the pressure to overwork, but then probably forget that they need to be rewarding themselves with the basics of well-being, just like getting some fresh air, making a nice coffee, and that reminding themselves, are allowed to do that.
And I think it comes from the top, right? My manager is very good about saying, guys, I'm going for a long walk. And
because, I love, like, open about it,
So if he's going for a walk, I'm like, well, I'll go for a walk then, if it's good enough for you. And I think that's nice. I think you've got to normalise it with your colleagues, because for the people who are never going offline, you're bringing that culture to the point that people feel they can't go off. And I think I think people need to bring that into their work office, which is actually, we expect that you're going to go offline 5-10 minutes every now and then, because you're leaving your desk, and that's normal. You do it in the office. Why wouldn't you do it at home?
What do you think, since like working from home, I know you've done it before COVID, but as I say, I only noticed the shifts kind of during it, and then obviously now I'm hybrid, like your financial situation when you're working from home or the office, do you feel like you spend more now you're at home because you're looking online more, or you're sitting in your house and like, I need this, I need that, or do you spend more when you're in the office?
See, I used to be a pain, like when I used to leave to go to the office, I'd be like, oh, work lunches,
or like get a coffee,
and do all those things. And I don't know whether it's maturity or it's because during COVID we all saved so much money and realised,
oh my God, I know,
everyone saved money in COVID. It was almost like, and I think that also instilled it in me, that do I really need to be spending all this money? Don't get me wrong, I still have 2, maybe 3 takeaways a week, but that's all for the page. It's not about me, it's just food reviews. But I think I stopped spending all that on everything else. And do I spend more at home? Probably on like clothes is where I spend most of my money these days, rather than on anything else. But
because I was never one that would go into the offices and buy like lunches, like I would always like prep and take that in. But some of my colleagues or like friends would say like they would eat out every day, and I work in the city centre, like they were nearly spending, you think you're paying to park, which you might not redeem back from work, then you're getting the coffee on the way in and out, then you're getting your lunches, you could be spending like £20-30 a day.
And also, if you don't have to dress up so much anymore, you're not spending so much on that. But I think actually, I'm going to switch my answer on that, because at home, I probably have renovated because my house is on camera.
Oh, okay.
It may have brought about I want it to look good on camera. Listen, I want everyone looking at me like, oh, Nav lives in a nice house. Look how nice that house is.
But sometimes I love it when you see, even like when you're on Teams with people and work, when the house isn't perfect, it kind of makes you feel better, and you're like, oh, not just me.
Do you know what really upsets me is when people blur their backgrounds, or they put on a fake background. I'm like, absolutely not. I want to see what's behind you.
Yeah.
I'm nosy.
Have you ever had someone's like camera come on like inappropriately when it shouldn't have?
So Alex is bringing me into this conversation because we may have discussed this earlier on. As I don't know if anyone else see this, but so like, look, listen, you'll be on calls, and this whole fear of like not turning your laptop off. This wasn't me, by the way.
It does become a paranoia. I have the slidey thing where it literally is a shutter, and I'll still be like, but what if it's on?
So somebody on Zoom was apparently on a call. It's all over the internet. It's become viral. They're on a Zoom call, and during that time, nature called.
Oh yeah, you said this is morning.
So literally, she thought she'd hit the button to turn it off. And then all you saw was
why she took the laptop to the toilet? It's not very sanitary.
The meeting's clearly very exciting. I've never been in a meeting that's that exciting that I felt need to take it to the toilet with me. Anyway, this person pulls down her
Where
pants.
did she have it on the floor?
And then she sits down, and then the meeting carries on, but you see everyone's faces like looking, and then someone shouts her name, and she just slams
it down. The foot comes up down on the thing. No, she can't go back and work there. No, like if they've seen everything.
But I do think you do see like funny things going. Like, so isn't it weird when you're on a work call when you work from home, and if you've got, I have this at home time. Obviously, I don't live alone. You've got somebody else there. And they come to bring you a cup of tea. They're too scared to come in the camera. So what you have is this hand shot.
Yeah, literally like coming in.
With a coffee floating its way over. And everyone's like, Nav, you can pick up that coffee. And I'm like, happy. But it's weird. Like,
all your family are having literal murder downstairs and you're on a call like, sorry about that. It's just the neighbours. You're literally so embarrassed. Like my mum and dad have done that. Like I'm literally, in my mind, like my mum and dad are getting a divorce because whatever's going on down there is really bad, but you're on camera like everything's great.
This
not
is totally
dying
normal.
Inside.
That's the other thing from working from home, right? You're in an enclosed space, and let's say two of you work from home at the same time. That must
be bad.
Well, how do you break out this? So it's almost like you lose the relationship part of the conversation.
Yeah.
Because you're not asking, how was your day? Because the chances are they've heard how your day is.
You know it.
You're not asking, like, did anything happen today? Because you've both been sat at home together. And I think you've got to balance work from home with your relationship. Yeah. If you both work from home, otherwise you're just going to run out of conversation.
Because I always think that, you know, like partners who go into business together and you literally have your work life with them in your personal life. I always think, what do you have to talk about? Like,
why would you do that to yourselves?
Like if you know everything about each other and experience the same day, it must be really difficult to have like talking points about things. That's probably really interesting, like as you said, like thinking about your environment at home and can I create like secular spaces within the work home, not to isolate but to also just actually create that nice balance so it doesn't impact personal relationships.
And I'm terrible for it because during the day I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody else, like don't talk to me, don't talk to me. So I have something to talk about in the evening. And I think everyone just works really differently. But I just think you've got to find your relationship. Your home is your safe space. Yeah. You're bringing work into that space. What you don't want to do is allow work to infiltrate on your relationship.
Yeah. And I think it's so interesting. Like everyone's got such a different view on it. Some people are all for, I want to work from home all the time. Some people hate it and just want to be in the office constantly. I know for me, I'm more hybrid. I like a bit of both. But I don't know about you. If you could only pick one, would it be definitely, even after doing it for all that time?
Definitely hybrid. Yeah, I like my colleagues.
Yeah, it's good. But if you don't like your colleagues, I think working
then leave
from
your job.
Home, yeah, because I do think colleagues will make or break your job, even when your job, because everyone's job's difficult. Like we all understand that. But I think if you've got a good team around that you actually like and you enjoy their company, it makes them bad days bearable. And I think especially now we're going into the winter months, you might have guessed from this spooky season. I was going to say headset, little hairband. I think it's more isolating this time of year because a lot of people get more down and sad. Like actually, like that social interaction is so important. So making sure even if you are working from home, even if like I know our work do like virtual lunches where you can just go on Teams and you're not being monitored like
lunch
you're
and
online.
learns. I hate
lunch and learns.
Lunch and learn.
I mean, I've never attended one, but I think they're cute ideas.
Lunch and learn is the worst thing which ever came out of COVID. Because then someone will stand up and prepared a 15-point presentation that makes me feel like I'm in a meeting.
Ours is not like that. It's just like everyone, if you wanted to chat to someone at lunch, like, you know, like when you're in the office, you'd sit on a table and have lunch with someone. You can just do it through Teams. So we're not learning anything. We're just probably having a gossip.
I mean, I do that with my little side group of colleagues where we might go on WhatsApp and something happens and you're like, phone me. But I don't do that for anyone in my work who
coming for now. But
what about the colleagues that you could have from home that you don't yet know about?
What do you mean?
Do you believe in ghosts, Alex? It is scary season. Who else is living in your house without paying the bills?
I know my house is not haunted because my nan used to own pubs and let me tell you, they were haunted. And when we bought this, I didn't put any money towards it. My mum and dad, when they bought
this. You bought the character, Alex.
My mum was like, I'm taking Alex because she can sense things. So I was like, what are they then people that go into
clairvoyant?
Yeah, I was the clairvoyant in the house, like going in like Harry Potter, feeling things. This one's okay. So I don't personally feel my house is haunted, but honestly, my nan's pub was haunted. Like that thing, even my nan's house, like haunted. Like there's just people living in there.
I used to be split on this because I'm the kind of person who like takes everything with a pinch of salt, right? So, you know, will I ever go and see a psychic every now and then? Because I'm like, it'll be interesting.
Yeah,
it happens.
I love a good psychic.
Oh, me too. I had one called Mystic Merrill. She got everything right. Anyway, forget about Mystic Merrill for a second. So I've always been like quite relaxed about these things. So one time, it only happened once, my grandma died. So did my granddad. Like,
it only happened once, my grandma.
I mean, I do have two sets of grandparents. So it will happen a second time. Anyway, I digress. Terrible phrasing. My paternal grandparents died. And my dad, so I was at school at the time, my dad got me in the car. And there were these two like sweet jars, but inside like a velvet bag. So my dad said, I picked it up and said, "What's that, Dad?" And he said, "Give it a shake." So I gave it a shake. He was like, and I was like, "Is it sweets?" He said, "I don't know. Open it up and have a look." So I opened it up and obviously it's just grey, like, well, what I now know was grey ash. And my dad said, "Listen, just don't." No. I know.
Oh my God.
Awful.
Sherbet.
So my dad said, "At least you didn't say have a taste," because I could have gone horribly wrong.
What?
At least you didn't say have a taste.
So it's bringing back bad memories. God rest their souls. Oh my! So was there ashes in these velvet bags? Why were they in the car?
So because you have to collect the ashes.
Oh, they collected them.
Yeah, so
they've been recently been burned.
So he'd collected the ashes, right? So anyway, we're
it's very emotional for now.
So we're going home. Oh my God, I'm reading makeup. So we're going home. My dad said, "Do not tell your mum or your sister
that you made the ashes."
Gosh, that your grandparents are coming home. Right, okay.
Oh my God.
3, 2, 1. Okay.
Jesus.
So my dad says in the car, "Just don't tell your mum and your sister because they'll freak out." I was like, yeah, it's fine, Dad, we won't tell them.
It's all right to tell you that.
Don't tell me.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm the best child.
Wannabe child.
Yeah. Or maybe just cares about me the least because I'm the middle child. Anyway, my feelings don't matter. So he said to me, so we get into the house, he said, "Look, put them inside your rucksack and go and put them inside."
What the hell? It's like you took someone else's ashes, put them upstairs.
So you got to get them past Mum, who's like obviously going to be at the door. So he said, "Then go put them in the study and just don't say anything." So I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." So I put them in the study. And that night, I'm not joking, the lights kept flickering. The lights were going like dim, and like it was really freaky stuff happened in that house the whole night. And at one point, like Dad was looking at me as if to go, "You messing with stuff here, Naveen?" It's like, "Dad, it's not me." So my mum and my sister are like all freaked out. There's like a temporary power cut, all sorts of things. The weather was not bad, so I'm convinced this was them like playing tricks. And my granddad was a jokester, so it was very on trend for him.
Yeah.
So all these weird and wonderful things happened, and the next day I opened my big mouth and I was like, "Wow, do you know Grandma and Granddad are in the study?"
In my rucksack.
Hiding. But yeah, I believe in ghosts.
Yeah, no, I 100%. Like even you just saying things like that, like if that had never happened. I know obviously there's people, you're either that end of the spectrum or maybe on the fence like me, or at, you know, the other end. I think how marvellous life is that we exist. This is going very like, what's it, spiritualist. Yeah. I'm very in that at the moment, but there's got to be something else. Like you can't just...
Do you know what I'm convinced of? Okay, I'm not convinced. That was a very dramatic statement, Naveen. This is what I sit on the fence with. I'm going totally off topic here. You know what people say about heaven and hell?
Yeah.
What if this is hell? Because think about it. You're born, and for the first how many years of your life, you don't know how to walk. You're like totally dependent on somebody. You can't speak. You're a child. Then you've got to go through your school years, which let's be honest, are traumatic. Exams, all the rest of it. And then once you go through all of this, it
gets good when you're older.
No, then they go, you got to go and earn a living now. So now I'm chained to a desk 5 days a week. But what I mean,
like when you get to retirement and you got freedom, but then you usually pop your clocks.
Yeah, you're probably dead by then.
Yeah.
And I got this theory that maybe this is actually hell and not heaven. And maybe if we pass through this, then we go to the Golden Gates.
Yeah. you reckon the golden?
Maybe, probably not for me.
Definitely pearly white.
Pearly white. I genuinely do. I'm Indian, of course it's golden. Right? Golden temple. No, it's golden gates not a thing. I've always called the golden gates.
I thought they were white pearly.
So people.
Not that I've seen them.
Can
but
people tell us in the reviews on that? Who's right,
Nan,
who's wrong?
if you're up there now, well, my nan definitely will be up there. She was the most Catholic person ever. Just send me a signal what it's like. Send me a picture.
But I think it's nice to believe. I think, okay, not scary ghosts. Not people like...
No, because they're called, like, there's different... Like, some people are really into it. I watched a podcast, actually, the other day, and they were talking about there's things like, is it demonics?
Demonic.
And, like, they're, like, really bad ones, and, like, you can sell yourselves to them and everything.
So you can sell yourself to them?
Yeah, some girl did it.
What do you mean you can sell yourself to them?
You can sell yourself to, a demon.
Well, this is a whole new service.
So just to kind of, like, round things off now, because you spoke about a lot, we went off the track a little bit, but we're back on now for working from home. What do you think, like, your stance is with working from home going forward?
I think I love hybrid. I think hybrid is really important to find a work-life balance, as long as you know how to separate work from your home life on the days that you're working from home.
Yeah.
Shut off. There's a time. Don't allow it to infiltrate your... I think you said it earlier. Your bedroom is your intimacy, but I think your house is your intimacy. Yeah. It's your safe space. I think you've got to keep the two absolutely separate and find that boundary.
And everyone's will be different, won't they? Like, everyone's home's different. Some people live in smaller homes, so that, can be a bit harder, or you have bigger homes. And I think that's really important, that, like, have your zones. Like, that's my work zone, but this is my house zone. And, like, just try keep that small space. And I think I'm with you as well. Like, I do like the hybrid approach. Like, I don't want to be isolated and never speak to anyone ever again. Maybe some days, but not all the time. So I think hybrid for me is the goal to keep. But I've just got a feeling that one day they're going to try and shift away from work from home and come back to the offices.
I think some companies are trying to do that more and more, but I think that hybrid will be here for a lot of people. But there's also this other part of me that even when I'm doing my videos, my TikToks and etc., there's things you'll see on camera and there's rooms you'll never see on camera.
Yeah, because
they are my, like, I would never film in my bedroom. Yeah. Never film in my, well, obviously not my bathrooms, but like my spare rooms. Yeah. Because those are my safe spaces and they never show up on anything else. And I think you have to have your own boundaries.
Yeah, and keep it private. So if you are working from home, as you said, like if you're on these Zoom meetings all the time, you don't want to share your whole house with everyone, because then it does feel like it's been infiltrated by strangers who you wouldn't normally have in your home. So I think that's a really interesting point.
Do you know on that, I know at work I won't let anybody else call me Naveen. Nav is what I go by, and it's because mentally I tell myself I'm being called Naveen, I get told off. Like, it's my safe space to only be called Nav. Who can be angry at somebody and shout Nav at the same time? Now, Naveen, Naveen is angry.
Yeah, it is always full title, isn't it? Yeah. Like, well, to be fair, I don't even think I ever got Alexandra when I was younger being naughty, but maybe I was just an angel child.
Naveen was very definitely overused and still is.
Middle child problems. So yeah, I definitely agree. I think there's going to be changes all the time, like especially with companies' opinions or like new legislation. Like there's things coming in like the 4-day working week, isn't it? But I think whatever the changes are, making sure you're boundaried within them. And although we work, what did they say? We work to live, not live to work. So making sure that you're creating boundaries around
and also
that
create
really
your
important.
own communities. And, to be fair, that's something that I've said it before. I think I said it last week. Having your own space, having your own community that you create, and I think that's what's quite nice about Simple Life Homes is they help you create that community. Having a community outside of work where you can complain about your co-workers, complain about your boss. Let's be honest, we all do it. You know, you get that opportunity to do that. I think you've got to have that other community. Because these days, you know, work, it blurs the line into your 100%. World. Having that second community, that second world is really important to you. And having that neighbour you can knock on and say, oh, so-and-so's driving me up the wall today. If you are living, even if you're not living on your own, having that's really important.
And like your neighbours, sometimes if you get good ones, they're your family as well.
100%.
And I really like when you said earlier, like you do that like community walk with the dogs, like where possible, creating that social connection.
We don't actually walk. We stand at a park.
I need to come to one of these.
I'm going to take Alex. I'm going to show you. It's
me
like
turning up with no dog.
My mum had this vision that we're all going to this big park going on a long walk, and it's actually 5 doors down from my house. And we'll just sit there with the chuck-it balls while we all like complain about life. But it's a community.
It's what you need.
And having that separates work from your home is so important.
Yeah. But no, there's loads of interesting things that you've said today, and I'm going to nanny nav.
Can we stop with nanny nav? I'm only 38.
I feel like you've given me some wisdom, even where you were saying they're like keeping certain areas personal. I'm going to rob that from you.
Take it. I like it.
I will. Right now, we've got another game.
Yes.
I think we might have played this a time before, but we're going to play Live, Laugh, Lease again.
I'm ready.
So we've been deep diving. We've been getting in touch with loads of people in the property professions, so like estate agents, landlords, and they've give us some juicy gossip to divulge into.
Here for this.
So make sure, guys, that if you've got any fun stories about living, laughing and leasing, that you send them over to us with the email address, because we would love to deep dive into yours as well. So I think the first one is actually a voice audio clip, which I think will be so interesting. So we're going to listen to that now.
Let's go.
Hi, Alex and Nav. I'm Paige and I work in the lettings team for Simple Life Homes. Something happened a few years ago and there's actually a news story on it, where a property manager went with the bailiffs to provide access to the communal areas, and the property manager saw the bailiffs boot down the door, and in the property, whilst they were searching, they found hundreds of millions of pounds. And then when the tenant came back, he was obviously arrested and questioned for having all this cash in his house, and it turned out that the notes were counterfeit. So...
Okay, that is... Do you know, first thing first, what would you do?
I was thinking, like, if I had been sent round for inspection, I always think like this, you know, like when houses get raided and they find, like, 20 Rolexes this, like, would they miss one in the back pocket? Like, if that was me, I would just be like, right, we found 10 suitcases, but the other one's in the boot of my car. Like, you've got to. I'm sorry.
I went to a house before, and I'm not grassing MD up. All I'm saying is we took possession of it, and it was a cannabis factory. And I'm not saying that anyone said they were going to do this, but I do believe a few plants were removed.
Oh my God.
And not included on the inventory, and it was not me.
Yeah, because they say that, don't they? They have to like write down how many things they found. Inventory. The first thing that popped into my head when listening to that I would have snuck it.
I was thinking
if
about
there was 100 million.
There was a house deposit in there. Just a shame that it was counterfeit.
That happened to my nan, you know, once when she hosted like a party at hers and she went and got Chinese food, and she must have asked them, did they have notes to change or whatever it was, and she came back and all the 20s were
counterfeit.
Yeah, she was fuming.
I mean, the guy was running a good factory.
Some places you probably spent it and you don't even. They're a bit more thingy.
I would like to know from them if anybody was interested in like removing a case, because I think that's fair.
But also, I wonder what do you think like it was from? Do you reckon it was just...
Alex, I know that you're very innocent.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to tell you, it was a seedy, dirty underworld.
Okay.
Probably including drugs and God knows what else, otherwise known as money laundering as well.
Isn't it mad? Like, you could live next door to something like that and never know. I always think that.
100%. You never know who your neighbours are.
Yeah, I always think that when I'm on the train, like today, like, is there a like murderer on the train?
Do you know there was a murder on my road? But you know what? If you walk into a house £100 million, I'm sorry. Either you're going to nick a box or you're going to think, do you know what? This was too good to be true.
True. Something's
a bit dodgy here.
Yeah,
off we pop.
I agree. So right now we're going to leave the audio behind and we've got a written story that we're going to jump into. So, oh God, it's really enticing me. An inspection was due to take place at one of our properties, which did not require the tenant to be at home. Despite numerous attempts to contact the tenant, she wasn't getting back in touch. An inspector made his way into the property and went straight into the bedroom to find out the tenant was there laying on the bed with nothing on and several cameras surrounding her. Let's just say she wasn't napping in there. The tenant was surrounded by rubber objects like this and some very questionable kitchen utensils. Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus.
I am pretty sure the tenant gave notice to leave after this along with the inspector, who had also been traumatised. What are your thoughts?
My first thought is, why did she leave? How was she traumatised with 15 cameras? I want to know her OnlyFans account, first of all. I'd also like to know the utensils. I mean, are we talking about wooden spoons?
No,
I don't know. I'm really thinking about
prudish,
this.
I'm like, I'm not trying
I was going to take that too far then and say about
it's like you always heard about that
handle.
person in school with the test tubes, isn't it? It's given that. Did you not have one of them in your school?
What?
We heard about like the people taking the test tubes.
To do what?
Well, what do you think? Oh God, yeah. Not disgusting. I mean, I did go to an all-girls school, so maybe that's
But surely it would break.
Well, that's what I thought, but I didn't put it to the test. That was one science experiment I didn't comply with.
Surely it's got to break. No, I can't.
Maybe you hear about loads of people saying like that's what they go to like the A&E department for.
Foreign objects. I know, but I mean, be careful out there, kids.
Guys, if that's you, be safe when you're considering anything like this. But wouldn't you be mortified?
I'm never going to look. I'm looking around the kitchen here at the moment. Guys, I can see the first thing I've seen is a pestle and a mortar.
You're disgusting. I won't be buying one of them in my new house. Don't name any others because you're tarnishing them.
That pestle and mortar won't stop looking at me.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Yeah, I would have to... Well, not that I would ever do anything like that, but that would honestly... I think I'd have to leave my job if I had walked in on something like that.
I just don't know what else you could do.
Why are you so intrigued? God. Nav, we need to stop. Right, I think we might need to move swiftly on from the objects. So yeah, that was that one. Any other lasting thoughts? No. Thank you for that one. That really tickled some of us. Oh God. Ready for another voice note? What?
Carrots.
Carrots?
Yeah, carrots, cucumbers. I'm like going through the list in my head.
For what?
What she was using.
Oh. I thought you were trying to think of other objects to like get your mind off laughing. Oh no, it's cucumbers.
Parsnip, I don't know.
Oh. Anything spooky?
And then I just thought about the wonky fruit range. Anyway, continue. Go on.
Right, so yeah, that was that one. We've also got another voice note.
Yeah, go on then.
Well, audio clip that we're going to play and react to this one.
That's good.
That was it. When the deranged nutter was climbing up the drain pipe externally naked and dropped onto someone's roof terrace, banging on their door whilst they was in there. He then proceeded to run. They opened the door to let him out, and instead of going down the stairs, he went up, climbed into the lift pit and put everywhere.
What?
I mean,
People
first of all,
aren't okay, are they?
I mean, where was everyone with their cameras at this point? Because that was viral material.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, it's like Spider-Man gone rogue.
Literally Spider-Man in the wild.
Spider-Man
using his skills for not the greater good, literally.
I mean, also, how can you poo on demand?
I know, literally, imagine just... Do you reckon that was a squat action? Do you reckon it's gotta be Spidey squat? Oh, I would love to be a fly on the wall.
Did he need to go? Did he need to go before he went up the pole?
Maybe he was just nervous. He didn't know how to get out, so he ran up instead of running down and then had to shit because he was scared. That could have scared. That's where the saying comes from.
Yeah, you're scared shitless.
Maybe that's what it is. No, to be fair, if you look at actually like the danger response, when you're fearful, so feeling anxious, you do need to empty your bowels. So maybe he was just really anxious and we should feel a bit sorry
Alex,
for
only
him.
you. Only you being a therapist would normalise the behaviour of a man who's outside in public, naked, climbs up a drain pole. And then
why have I got that song in my head? I know we're on spooky season, but like him just like one arm on the pipe, like, baby, it's cold outside. It's the musical theatre within me wants to create this to be a musical.
I mean, of all the songs you've just ruined. Christmas has ruined for me forever now. So if I hear that song,
like, I really can't stay. Baby, it's cold outside.
You've ruined the whole song for me.
Oh no, that's iconic. I need to meet
Alex,
this person.
there is no way of normalising said behaviour of man.
I will always try and normalise. It's
we
what
cannot
I do.
normalise. We must not normalise this behaviour.
We need to know why. Was he in a state of anxiety, or he just literally didn't give a shit?
He just had a really bad takeaway the night before.
Oh,
he had a rumble in the jungle.
Should we go on to the next one?
Let's do that.
Right, this one's a written one. So, one of our finest tenants faked his own death to get out of paying rent. His partner went along with it the whole time, which is pretty disgusting. It wasn't until we sussed him out and realised he wasn't actually dead. Thankfully, notice was served and he was removed from the property. Not in a coffin. Didn't you say this happened to someone you knew?
No, this was a actual whole TV programme. It was like The Canoeist, wasn't it?
Canoeist? Yeah, where's that name?
Mate, I think I've made that up.
Yeah.
If not heard about that story about that guy He pretended he died in a canoe, told his own sons, like obviously he didn't. The wife told the sons, he didn't. The wife told the sons that the dad had died. They paid out insurance on the guy. And then like one day he was caught like walking through town and he was like, quelle surprise. And then he then had to come up. So basically, yeah, I've heard worse than people faking their own deaths. I've heard about it plenty of times.
Someone you knew actually faked death in work so they didn't have to go in?
Fake death in work?
No, they said someone. You definitely told me someone said they had died in work. Well, maybe not them. Their family, so they could have a week off.
Alex, you're getting stories confused here because died wouldn't give them the 1 week off; it'd give them the rest of their lives off. No, we had somebody who
it was something like that.
Yeah, many years ago who faked a severe illness.
Yeah, that was it.
Multiple weeks off work.
So yeah, I think a lot of people do fake things to get out of it, don't they?
Yeah, but faking your death is a little bit extreme.
Because like you can't come back from that.
Well, you can.
Yeah, well, you can. Yeah, you've proven us wrong. So yeah.
Isn't there a soap at the moment that's got that storyline? Somebody's come back from the dead. Very weird.
I don't know, but yeah. If you want to get out of paying your rent, I maybe
do you know, stuff like that really gives me anxiety.
What?
Being caught out for a lie. Like, the stuff like that really gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
Like, stresses me out. I can't watch programmes where people do these things.
Yeah, so let's not watch the newest and then because that will also give us anxiety. So yeah, that was them all, I think.
It's a bit extreme.
I know. God, they were a bit rogue, them ones, but we absolutely love them. So again, if you've got any good ones...
Which one's your favourite, Alex?
It wasn't my favourite, but Cam Girl, when you were saying about the objects, that did tickle my pickle. That was funny.
Not the punami.
Oh yeah, no, I felt sorry for him.
Okay.
I saw the other side of the stone, or the other side of the shit, with that one. So yeah, thank you so much for everyone sending them in. And if you've got any other juicy gossips, stories, please send them in. So we've spoken about a lot today. I've actually had so much fun speaking about all this stuff, working from home, foreign objects, you name it. We talked about a lot. But what are your key takeaways from today now?
I think the ghosts do exist in the home. Our ghosts, your colleagues, probably one. Work-life balance.
Yeah, definitely.
Really, really important. And my brain, if I'm really honest, is still stuck at the kitchen objects.
Yeah.
I'm traumatized.
So am I. Thank you for reminding me. But yeah, I totally agree that like working from home, we know it's a new normal for a lot of people. A lot of us were thrown into it. You were doing it before. But I think like how we spoke about boundaries, that's something that's really stuck out for me. I don't know about you, the listener, maybe think right now, what's your takeaway? But for me, it definitely will be being boundaried within this new normal that a lot of us didn't ask for, but we've got to make the most of that situation, and where you can, creating them safe zones or just that separation from this is work me, and this is life me, and making sure that like that's a non-negotiable in your life. And forget I do believe in fairies, I do believe in ghosts, so I don't know what anyone else thinks, but I am a ghostie.
Not a ghost hunter.
What do you think in my spare time I just get about hunting ghosts? That would actually scare, because even though I'm fascinated about this stuff, it does scare me.
Who are you going to call? Alex Heard.
Ghostbusters. Yeah, it's got to exist. There's a film about it. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I don't think I would be a good ghost hunter. And I also just want to come back to kitchen objects. If we are using anything, please be safe. You will be excited to know now it is answer time.
Come on.
So the home truth answers, we're gonna divulge into them now. So just a reminder, the first question was people working from home actually spend more money on coffee than office workers. True. You said true. It was false. So they said surveys show home workers spend less overall, but coffee machine sales and subscriptions for beans have shot up. So savings on Starbucks often turned into splurges on fancy at-home lattes.
Wow. I'm doing something wrong in my life.
So you're down a point, and remember, I won last time. So remember that number 2, Nav. You've got to beat that. Next one is, in the UK, you can claim tax relief for extra heating, electricity, and even toilet roll if you work from home.
I said false.
Yeah, you get a point.
Oh, fantastic.
Point for Gryffindor. So yeah, it was false. You can claim for energy and some internet costs, like you said, for the first one. Do you believe that? But sadly, HMRC doesn't recognise your loo roll as a business expense. So no, as you said, you can claim on some, but unfortunately not all. And then the last one was, studies found that remote workers are more likely to splurge on home gadgets and upgrades, which offsets their savings.
And we said true.
Yes, that was right. So we match on that one. So ergonomic chairs, standing desks, better Wi-Fi, and even Zoom-ready ring lights became hot purchases, making Amazon the real winner of remote work, and just Amazon the real winner of everything, because you can even order your food on there. So yeah, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
It's not bad.
20s on that one. So yeah, that was the answers to this week's Home Truths. So that is it for today's episode of Home Truths. We're going to hang up our working shoes and go for some very well-deserved wine, because wine is life. Next time, we're taking the plane and we are going to Dreamland, because on that episode, we are getting into all things getaways, dream houses, you name it, we're covering it then.
Do you know, I'm really looking forward to that, because with the dark nights, we all need to think about holiday. Anyway, don't forget to share your stories, make sure you subscribe and follow us at Simple Life Homes. We'll see you then. Cheers.